A very good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Neha Dubey from the MBA department SGI Bhopal. Today, I am going to discuss the second part of my topic, that is characteristics of research in research methodology in the second semester. So, we will start our lecture. What are the characteristics of research? First, before starting the characteristics of research, we will go to the quick review of what we have done in previous lecture. That is the what is research. Research is a systematic, or we can say a step-by-step activity or process where we are first identifying the problem and trying to sort it out with the giving solutions. So this is the research. Now, what are the characteristics of research? Characteristics of research determine whether a research is free for biases, prejudices, and subjective errors or not. Generalized, controlled, rigorous, empirical, systematic, reliability, validity, employs hypothesis, analytical and accuracy, credibility, and critical. These are the some points of characteristics of research. Now we will explain one by one each and every characteristic. First, the generalized. The researcher usually divides the identified population into smaller samples depending on the resource availability at the time of research being conducted. And this sample is understood to be the appropriate representative of the identified population. Therefore, the finding should also be applicable to and representative of the entire population. So we can say the first characteristics of research is generalized. It is generalized because in a research, we are firstly, researcher is going to find it out the identified population, or we can say the quota or the sample or the some portion of a population, so that we can question answer, or we can collect the data or the whatever we are going to questionnaire in our research. So we are collecting that data from that particular population, and that population should be representative of all particular area where you are targeting that your research. Fine. Means, for example, we can say that if I wanted to start an hotel. Fine, I wanted to establish an hotel in a particular location. So what kind of data we have collected? So in a nearby area, we are collecting the population for the sample, and we get the review from or the need of that particular population or customer, so that the if I have decided that yes, it's a good for establishing my hotel here, so that will be easy for me to go ahead in particular research. Fine. Control. The concept of a control implies that in exploring causality in relation to two variables, that is factors, you set up your study in a way that minimizes the effects of other factors affecting the relationship. Some variables are classified as a controlling factors, and the other variables may be classified as a possible effect of a controlling factors. Here we are considering it. Some factors we can control it, that is the internal factors, or some factors we cannot control it, like the government has changes, the politics issues, the certainty, the climate issues, and all that cannot be considerable. So for a causality, or we are finding out the relations between the two variables. Fine. Now the next one is a rigorous. One must be careful in ensuring that the procedure followed to find answers to questions are relevant, appropriate, and justified. Again, the degree of rigor varies markedly between the physical and the social science and within the social sciences. Means we are ensure that whatever the procedure we are following for collecting the answers to that question, it should be relevant or appropriate. Now, empirical. The processes adopted should be tested for the accuracy, and each step should be coherent in a progression. Means each and every step is in a consequences manner, so that the coherent or the progression can be possible. This means that any conclusions drawn are based upon the data gathered from information collected from real life experiences or the observation. Means we are focusing on, sometimes we have collected the secondary data from our research or for doing the research. So the secondary data is you can identify it as the researcher who have taken that particular data, it can be modified as per their convenience. So it may or may not be the biased one. So the accuracy of a result out or the outcome is maybe vary, but we are focusing if we are doing the research or the researcher is collecting the data from a primary basis. Means if I wanted to do certain research, so I am focusing on collecting the primary data. So that will be the more giving the more accurate outcome or a result for my research. Now systematic. The procedure or the process being developed to undertake a study should be carefully drafted to ensure that resources utilization is optimized. Chaotic or the disorganized procedure would never yield expected outcome. Means if I wanted to find it out certain questionnaire, we can say, if I wanted to collect the data through the questionnaire and I am circulating that data which is not relevant to my topic to that particular people. So the data collected from that population is not giving me as such result which I actually want for my study. Fine.